Hey guys, so I'm going to do my gynae screening with this vaginal sample collection kit, and it's a diagnostic medical device designed for self-collection of vaginal samples so that we can see how we're getting on down there. Here are instructions. Don't worry, I'm going to go through it with you, what we have. Now before you start, make sure you are over 18 years old, your last period ended at least 5 days ago, you haven't taken any antibiotics or antifungals in the past 30 days, you haven't had vaginal penetrative sex in the last 24 hours, and you haven't used any vaginally administered meds, creams, douches, gels or similar in the past 24 hours. So in your kit you have 2 tampons to take your sample, 1 to take your sample and 1 for backup. You have a blue sterile pouch, and this is to keep the tampon sample safe from contamination. A see-through pouch to ensure the sample is safely protected, and on its way to the lab it will have the same activation code as the one that on your card in the box. The step-by-step instructions, and you'll have an ice pack. And that ice pack goes in the freezer. So we're going to do that now. Flatten your ice pack, pop it in the freezer. Next thing to do is go online and activate our card. Next thing we're going to do is go to yourdaye.com, activate. We're going to create an email account. Account's created, and we'll just go through everything. Stay on top of your menstrual, vaginal, hormonal, and reproductive health with a single platform. Beefed up account security. Let's enable the new features. I am 18 years or older and I agree to the Daye publication. Let's send verification email. While we're waiting for that, let's go back. Okay, let's enable. There we go, a little bit of information about what you will learn: vaginal infections, risks of STIs, fertility, pregnancy complications, IVF cycle risks, get support from specialists, lifestyle health hacks. So verified now. Here we go. So extra security and better gynae health are enabled. So let's go to our new dashboard. Here we go. So we've got our test kit. We can learn more about microbiome screening. Activate our kit. So we go to screenings, activate test kit. Let's confirm. Type in our activation code. Welcome. For decades, our bodies have been misunderstood. Okay. Why are you taking the Daye gynae screen? So I'm going to select all that applies just because I want to have all the information. Is there anything about your gynecological health that is currently troubling you, or you feel you don't have enough information on? How my environment before and after my period changes. I'd like more information on that, please. Next step, symptoms. Gentle reminder: discharge is not an indication that your vagina is dirty or that it needs internal cleaning with douches, vaginal steams or washes. So how would you describe the current scent of your vagina? No unusual smell. You can choose multiple answers. I wouldn't say that I have any other things, but here, see, that would be a yeast infection. How would you describe your vaginal discharge? It seems normal, I would say. I don't get excessive, don't get watery, but everything else seems fine. Are you suffering from any of these vaginal symptoms? So far I've been lucky. Diagnoses. So have you been diagnosed with any vaginal, urinary tract or sexually transmitted disease infections? Has a doctor ever told you that you have any of the below conditions? Gynecological and overall health conditions. For example, it was recently discovered that a disrupted vaginal microbiome is associated with a higher risk of gynecological cancers and PCOS. Sharing this data will help us bridge the gender gap in medicine and can help the advancement of early diagnostics. So, does my doctor tell me that I've got any of these? Cervical cancer, chronic pelvic pain, cystitis, endometrial cancer, endometriosis, adenomyosis. So I'm going to go with none. Do you feel your symptoms might be associated with any of these during or after menstruation? I would say that definitely there is a change there. Increases in stress, possibly. Changes in diet. Do you have any allergies? No. Treatments. Do you take probiotics? No. I should, but I don't. In the past 90 days, have you taken any of these treatments? None. Are you currently taking any other medication? No. Next step. Menstrual health. Do you still menstruate from time to time? Yes. Do you get a regular period? Yes. When was the start date of your last period? Right, I'm going to type that in. Consult my phone. It was the 19th. How heavy is your period on your heaviest days? Very heavy. How long is your cycle on average? 26 to 31 days. How long does your menstrual bleed last? 3 to 5 days. Which of the following period products do you use? Disposable pads, menstrual cup. Next step. How would you describe, so reproductive health, how would you describe your pregnancy status? I'm finished with having children. I'm not sure. Well, I'm definitely finished with having children because I have 4 and that's enough. Are you currently breastfeeding? I am. Yes. Have you previously been pregnant? Yes, I have. Tell us more about your pregnancy history. So I've had vaginal birth. I've had a C-section. I've had a miscarriage. I've had unexplained infertility. I've had a surgical abortion. This is down to the miscarriage, unfortunately. Have you used any of the following assisted reproductive methods? No. Next step. Hormonal health. Have you experienced any of the following hormone-related symptoms? What is your preferred type of contraception? Have you changed contraception types in the past 12 weeks? This is not applicable. I wouldn't say that I am going through menopause, but if you're experiencing perimenopausal symptoms like hot flushes, you put it there. I would say no. Next step. Lifestyle and demographics, so I'll put these in now. No. So do you stick to a specific diet? I said no, but you've got some options here. Do you do intermittent fasting? I don't. How often do you exercise? A few times a week. Do you engage in any of the following? Next step. Anything else? Is there anything else you would like to share with us? Okay, then you'll find instructions on how to take the sample and how to send it back to our lab on the next step after completing activation. So now we're going to complete the activation and we are ready. So it's time to take your sample and arrange its courier pickup. So now it's over to doing the test. Okay, so now it's time for me to insert the tampon and continue with the rest of the test kit. Okay, so tampon is in now and I'm just going to leave it in for about an hour and set myself an alarm so that I don't forget that the tampon's inside. So I'll just set an alarm for Alexa now. Alexa, set an alarm for 1 hour, please.
1 hour. Starting now.
So I'll see you in an hour. Okay, so it's been 1 hour, so I'm now going to take the tampon out. Just going to get the bag ready.
Place the tampon into the blue sterile pouch. Hold the bag by the wire tab ends and fold it over to close. Fold both wire ends onto the bag to provide an airtight closure.
Okay, so the tampon and the pouch, the ice pack, is in the freezer. And tomorrow morning I will take them out and I will put them in the see-through bag and then we'll post it off. So I have taken my sample and I put it in the freezer with the ice pack as per the instructions. So I'm going to check this box and then I'm going to tap the button below. It will be Tuesday tomorrow, so I'm scheduled to go out with the kids at 10:30. So I will make sure to drop off the sample at the post office first. So when I am done, when I've dropped off the sample, I will click on this box. So I've just received an email to say that my results are ready. And that was really quick. That was less than 2 days that I received my results. And I'm going to view the results now. So we did the test on the 28th of August and I received it on the 31st. which is great. So here are my screening details. So there's 1 result that is out of range and 7 results in the range, within the range. So we're going to check to see what our results were. So your microbiome is well balanced, that's great, but yeasts were detected. And I have experienced some itching after using my cup, and I was wondering whether that was down to a yeast infection of some kind. But I only ever got it after my period, and then it would go away. So I think that's probably why I'm experiencing some form of itching, which is good. I've got good bacteria. I've some anaerobic bacteria is detected, but it's within the normal range. We've got some yeast-like fungi here detected, but out of the normal range. Mycoplasma, uroplasma, disruptive bacteria associated with other vaginal infections detected, but in the normal range. That's interesting. Pathogenic microorganisms, disruptive bacteria associated with sexually transmitted infections, not detected, which is great. So we've now looked at lactobacilli, which was, my result was fine, in abundance, great. And there's a little bit of information about what that means. Anaerobic bacteria, my result's actually 0 but detected, which is interesting. Not quite sure what that means, but yeah, that's some more information on there. You've got a study here, you've got an article, which is great. I've got some yeast-like fungi. Okay, so I've got my result is up here, which is interesting. Yeah, so there's some thrush infection. I do feel like that sometimes, actually. Some itching around the vagina. This is only after I have my period. I feel that. Mycoplasma, uroplasma, it's detected, but at the 0 range, which is interesting. Uroplasma is in the middle. Okay, could have been what's related to my miscarriage, and my membranes ruptured prematurely at 16 weeks. That could have been something related to that, because it says particular pregnancy outcomes. I was spotting, actually, so I will look into this and talk a little bit more about this in my article. Pathogenic microorganisms, so none of these were detected, which is great because I'm very careful. And so the next steps, it tells you, is you can book a call with a specialist, give you some information on those tests. Okay? So if you have anything related to STIs, you can call Sexual Health Partners. It's $29.99 for 30 minutes, or a GP. You can speak to a GP, and that's 50 minutes for £45. And then you can just click on which one do you want, and then you just click on proceed. You have fertility specialists as well, nutrition and physical therapy, things like that. So you can move your results forward, or you can go to your regular doctor and just export a PDF. So it just summarizes what it was seen in the results. So here are all the actual results of what came up. I was literally just on the cusp here. Look, 0.1 out of the normal range. And then just a little bit more information, and then the treatments, and my overall health, and then STI test. If you need to have an STI test, you can do it here. They'll give you options on how to do it here. If you need any probiotic supplements to boost your microbiome, you can do that here, and then it will take you to their products, probiotics products, and they've got other products as well which will help. And then some tips on what to do. Antibiotics. I did take some antibiotics. That could be why I've got a little bit of a yeast infection. I did take some antibiotics recently. Stuff about douching is not very important. What to do during sex. Wearing breathable underwear. I'm very careful with these things. Every day, I change my underwear every day. This is really interesting because I, up until last month, had a very high sugar diet. I was eating a packet of M&Ms every day, lots of cakes and things. I was actually quite worried about my health, so I stopped. Really noticed a difference in my overall health, not just my vaginal health, but my overall health. And that's really interesting that there was some candida indicated in my test. So when you've changed your diet, or you've done all the different things that you need to do, spoken to your doctor, you can get a new test kit and see if it worked. I'm really impressed with this report. If you look in a little bit more detail on the website, which I'm really impressed with, because it's just got loads of information online as well as products, you can have a look at things like period pain. If you get period pain, I don't get period pain, so I'm quite lucky in that sense, but I do have a really heavy period. We'll be talking about period in another article online on Motherhood Diaries. This is just part of what you can get on Daye's website. Prescriptions, include your prescriptions here, whatever you get. If you get prescriptions based on your screening results, you can pop it on here. And then your purchases and the referrals, you'll get like money off, credit, things like that. And you've got contraception, which is coming up on Daye's website. So things like the pill and stuff like that, that's going to be a new thing that's coming up on Daye, which would be great. So if you had anything related to STIs and stuff, you can, or if you had some kind of ill effect from the contraception that you're using at the moment, then you can actually use clinically vetted contraceptive products. So that's it. You can find more information in my article below, like in my article about vaginal health and what it means and how to do the screening yourself. Overall, this is a fantastic website and really easy to understand. And if you want any more information on anything related to your vaginal health, Daye will have a lot of information online. So you've got your vaginal screening that we just did, so the products as well, what kind of products you have. Okay, that's all. So good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.